Oh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're doing the quest Nahanshe's Answer. Nahanshe is visibly shaken. I don't see why Zully would lie, but how have I never heard of the Dawn Servant's affront to the Hanu Hanu? Why would Lanu Hanu act so proud to have his feathers adorning our equipment? I'm no good with numbers, but even I can tell something doesn't add up here. Yeah, we'll have to find out the truth. Might be right. It was my ignorance that seemed to set her off. After all, whatever happens, I'd like to leave here on the Hanu's good side. Well, our best bet is probably to return to Hanu. If anyone can tell us the truth about what happened with the Dawn Servant, it would be Lanu Hanu. I don't see him, but the crate's not here either. He might have left to Kazunoiki already. Wouldn't we have seen him on the road if we had, though? Yeah, the force is fast, I suppose. Anyways, maybe one of the younger Hanu Hanu around here can tell us if Zuhali scorn is shared. Let's ask around. We'll go around the village and try asking around, though I would feel you'd probably want to go further out of the village to find this Lanu Hanu. Of course, every Hanu knows the story of the Dawn Servant's visit, but it might be more accurate to call it a rescue. For at the time, our home was beset by beasts and fiends. When Gulul Jaja heard of this terrible news, he personally came to drive out every last one. So while I said all that, well, I do remember hearing that when our ancestors beheld the ruined figure, some viewed it as a terrible insult even though they were saved. Could that grudge have been inherited by their children and grandchildren? I can't speak on such matters, but perhaps Lanuhanu can. He is wise in our ways and makes an effort to befriend everyone he can. Such wasted space. Does not feel lived in. The likeness of Kashia? My father actually worked to repair it. He told me that the Dawn Servant's slaughter of the beast was swift and brutal, but left many of our shrines and homes damaged in its wake. What choice did he have? The fiends were at our doors. My father and his friends agreed that it was better to be alive. At least that way they could rebuild. I mean, that's usually the way of it. What's the word? From what I heard, the Dawn Servant really did destroy that sacred figure. I see. I can't say I'm surprised that some Hanu would bear a grudge. So Zulihali was telling the truth. Something that still doesn't sit right with me, though. The Dawn Servant wants him to go on a rampage and leave the Hanu to clean things up. He'd have more compassion than that. Nahanshe, you won't believe what happened. I was surrounded with Zulihali and her cronies while on my way to the shrine. They stole the crate of feathers from out of my claws, saying no Landsguard could have it until Nahanshe gave his answer. I seem to know what they're talking about. They said if you ignore their demand, they'll burn every last feather. What? Have they gone mad? Gods be good, I'm sorry, but can you go install them for a while? There's something I must look into first. I know what you're thinking. Isn't this... I could answer with that resolve shall speak for themselves. Now I just only wait and see what Nahanshe brings us. So Holly and the others are waiting to the south of the shrine. Let's go there and install them as Nahanshe requested. Sorry, I had to give some feedback about something to Amazon. They didn't deliver something they said they delivered, and it's like, okay, we'll reach out to them and go, what's going on? You know, in order to make it right, the person on the other end of the contact had to contact someone else, and I had to sit there and wait on them. It's just like, you know what? This is something that could be done completely remote. Could entirely been handled by the frontline agent. There is no reason except to nah, I just someone just got in their head that they need to try and penny pinch, and Nacho should be here soon. We were lucky to have you to spur him into action. While our methods may appear rather blunt to you, wait until Nahanshe speaks before you judge us. Wait quietly and hear his answer. I don't know why you make us wait so long, Nahanshe, but I hope whatever you found was worth it. I spoke with the eldest Hanu in the village. He told me the story of the Dawn Servant's visit, and the destruction of Kashia's likeness. The whole story. It seems he, particularly the head of reason, was filled with anguish at the sight, and offered his deepest apologies. To make amends, he devised a way to assemble an even more robust figure from the remains of the previous one. His work was done overnight, and he had a resolve called upon the whole village to celebrate their newfound peace. For the first time in a long while, Ihana commenced and the Dawn Servant was chosen to ride the sacred float. After the festivities, the Dawn Servant said that when he finally established a unified nation to all, he wanted a motive representing Kashia to be among those used in his soldiers' uniforms. He declared that different tribes can forge friendships so long as they open their hearts to one another. That his nation would be one where people of all stripes could live in harmony. His soldiers would become a symbol of that promise. So you can learn for yourself after all. But you'll come here with that knowledge already seared into your memory. I know, I have no excuse for my ignorance, and the petulance born from it. This experience has taught me so many things. And now, with full knowledge of this history, I'm filled with much greater sense of purpose than before. I feel more keenly than ever that my duty as Landsguard is to serve every corner of Tyrol. But to fulfill that duty, we must have our equipment. So please, I beg of you, entrust the feathers to me in good faith. He'll be a fine soldier, don't you agree, Lanu Hanu? What? Yes, indeed. That was quite the moving display. My feathers were standing up straight. Thank you for looking after Nahanshe during his growth. I knew something wasn't right. I wasn't completely expecting this twist, but I wouldn't say it wasn't a possibility. My growth? What are you talking about? Why, this was all performance. A performance to guide you along the path of becoming a worthy Landsguard. Your rite of passage is complete. In other words, they probably pull this on every Landsguard who comes out here to do this very ceremony, and they're like, you little piece of shit. You're all learned today. So my superiors weren't pulling one over on me? They were worried about me? I didn't realize my conduct was so concerning. Tell them what you told us, and their concerns will vanish. You're welcomed back with open arms. Before you do that, aren't there more places to visit, more materials to collect? We Hanu aren't the only people who love teaching lessons. Please, I don't want to think about that now. I was already sick enough imagining what would happen if I couldn't get the feathers. Well, you've earned a bit of rest. Return to Akhanu and we'll deliver the feathers to you after the priestess has blessed them. That part at least was no ruse. If you don't mind, I'd like to go to Kozunoiki. I feel I should offer one more prayer to Kashia. Very well. Why don't you wait at Akhanu? I'll bring the feathers and we'd like to speak with you once more before you go. Well, let's go see what they has to say. Number of passages behind us. Allow me to offer my thanks for all your help. I also offer my apologies for making you party to our little deception. I would have told you everything, but I don't think the ending would have been quite so effective if I did. I agree, and I'm grateful things went the way they did. Lessons I learned here will guide me as I become acquainted with all of Tyrell's peoples. Speaking of which, the next leg of my journey awaits. May we meet again. And so that was Nahanshe's answer. Thank you for joining us here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you in for either for another video here on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then though, have a wonderful rest of your day.